That's James's dinner for today with some, it's not this smoothie, it's, I just used the container again, it's a mango one. And that's my dinner. I'm going to talk about Ray Donovan Season 6, Company You Keep, and mention the Indigo Girls again. James is going to talk about this book and these other ones right here. So, there you go. And I'm just going to sit here and eat some biscuits. Because, you see, I got the biscuits because the other day James was...
raving.
He was craving them. He was,
ordinarily, I don't crave
which
that
is
much,
weird, yeah. But he was talking about, the biscuits with fresh out of the oven with melted butter. And I was thinking, okay, well, I don't really make bread or anything like that, and so I went to Shoppers today, and they had the Pillsbury ones on special for 97 cents a container, so I got some biscuits. So. Did
your grandma used to make those biscuits, kind of like with a little bit
she
of
didn't.
dusting
She'd make
on?
buns. Okay. So her buns were amazing. She'd brush them with butter and then sprinkle them with sugar. They were delicious.
It's a little bit different.
My mom made far better pies than my grandma. Even though my grandma would make lovely tarts, she always had, it seemed like there were always tarts around. Cherry tarts usually, those were the ones that I like to eat, the cherry ones. Anyway, I noticed the camera is crooked, so I'd better fix that, or everybody's going to be looking at it going, why didn't she fix the camera? So, let's see, is that better?
Yeah, it'll get the wasp.
I don't know.
Anyway, these Pillsbury buns look tasty, but
still looks crooked to me.
I think it's facing more towards you. So.
I could fix it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll be chowing down on these. I don't want people to be fixated on me trying to keep this stuff.
Well, I guess I should talk about the dinner first. So, the tacos, unfortunately, I didn't put lemon on the apples, and I didn't realize that the apples from this tree that are it's just a young tree, and it's been producing quite well already this year.
Well, its parent tree was amazing.
And, but the apples tarnish almost immediately. I cut them and whoop, there they're brown. So I should have brushed them with lemon or something.
Doesn't bother me in the least, but it's more... it looks attractive for restaurants or for... So
I put tomato on the soft taco instead of Crazy Monkey Salsa, but that's the only difference. So the hard ones have Crazy Monkey Salsa, the soft ones just tomato, sliced tomato. But they have all the same ingredients in them otherwise. And those are the shrimp tacos. I'd asked God for shrimp for James, and boy did we ever get shrimp for James. Very thankful. So, because James loves shrimp. And anyway, so Ray Donovan Season 6. This, it's really, it's too political for me, and it's too serious. It's not the kind of show that I like watching, but the acting was good in it. This is, I should have mentioned that I'm doing what's her face? Susan Sarandon marathon for the next while. So a lot of the movies and whatever that I feature, the deer running by, very nice. They will have Susan Sarandon in them, and she is in this. And obviously she wouldn't have been in the next season, so this is 2018. Spoiler alert. I should have done that first. It doesn't work out well for her. So, anyway, this, there were some things about this. It didn't get a really high rating. I think I rated it 3.5 or something like that out of 5, and which is still pretty good. I mean, it was an entertaining show. There's a lot of drama, so much drama, so much happening, and This is a very eventful season for these, for Ray Donovan. Anyway, this family is totally dysfunctional. They're really all bad people. You can't say,
one.
oh, this person, oh, they're doing bad things for the right reasons or whatever. No, they're all bad people. And they're doing bad things. And sometimes I was watching this going, okay, but he wouldn't do that. Or why wouldn't he just say, explain everything completely? Or why, it didn't always work out perfectly so that it was perfectly believable. But there was just so much drama that it kept me watching anyway. And this is 10 hours, 38 minutes, and I watched it completely because I haven't been feeling well, so I haven't been doing things like seeding tomatoes while watching TV. I've just been trying to recover. So, that's that. The company you keep, you might have, I don't know if I showed you the cover, I think I did. But wow, is this ever a lineup? Like Stanley Tucci, Susan Sarandon, Anna Kendricks, Richard Jenkins, Robert Redford. It's just that there's so many people in here that are good actors. And it's another very political thing. And
I'd say about Robert Redford, he's good looking actor.
Oh yes,
He's
and well,
the...
he was the director in this too, and I fell asleep. But you know what? When I'm not feeling well and I manage to fall asleep in a movie, I might appreciate the movie more for that. So, and while I was sleeping, I somehow dreamt about the North Saskatchewan. I don't know why. So that was kind of interesting. But what was I going to say? This show is about freedom fighters that are being, one turns herself in, sort of, or whatever. And, so that are finally, this 1970s freedom fighters being brought to justice in the United States. And depending on where you sit and while you're watching this or whatever, I guess if you're watching this, you're probably not super right, but anyway, you might be going, well, freedom fighter being brought to justice, come on, Pauline, they're freedom fighters. Nope, like James has said in the past, freedom fighters fight freedom like firefighters fight fire. They're not a good thing. They are terrorists, and
generally,
you can't look at them any other way. So
there have been freedom fighters in the past, like the American revolutionaries or whatever, but pretty well, pretty well since the French Revolution, they've all been nasty. They're lucky if they're not out-and-out terrorists.
There are legal ways to get what you, to try to make the democratic country you live in a better place. If you're fighting freedom in a democratic country,
you're fighting against it.
You're fighting against democracy. So, please go.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I put Indigo Girls still at the bottom. I just haven't returned it yet, so I just wanted to say, show still. This is at the bottom. And I wanted to bring it out because I wanted to talk a little bit about Susan Sarandon versus the Indigo Girls. Why Susan Sarandon, I mean, she has not lost popularity, even though she's been doing political sort of stuff. And Indigo Girls, maybe it's not worked out as well as they would have liked. And do you have any comments on that, or what do you think, James?
Susan Sarandon's not walking around looking like
she looks
a
amazing.
blimp.
Yeah.
Okay?
So,
no,
I mean,
had
Hollywood's
better
not really
looks
forgiving.
From the beginning, but she didn't look like Sybil Shepherd.
No, she's never, honestly, she's never really been really too thin or anything like that either, which a lot of people in Hollywood are way, way too thin.
Angelina Jolie, for example.
Yeah.
By time.
My buns aren't warm anymore. I'd hoped to get here before they went cold because I baked them all fresh while I was baking James's shrimp in the oven. And I hoped it would work out perfectly. And they did. I mean, they're both...
they look wonderful.
They taste good, too. They just had to be crumbs. I don't know. I've never cooked with those Pillsbury things before. So I didn't realize. I opened it up, and it won't be so surprising next time. But I'm looking at this. I'm like, how do I even get into this thing? I'm thinking, do I use a can opener? And I look at it, and it's very easy, right? It's set up so that a child could do it. So I unwrap the thing, and it goes pop, and it was quite a loud boom, I think.
Wow, I heard it.
Yeah.
Out in the living room.
And it scared me. I almost dropped the thing because I didn't know it was going to do that. They should have a warning on the thing. This thing pops like a firecracker or whatever.
I think you reacted
I was thinking
out
like
loud.
a Christmas cracker. Yeah, I think I screamed. Because it was very surprising for me. But we'll see how this tastes. First time I've experienced this Pillsbury biscuits.
Pretty good.
Even good cold.
I doubt if it's as good as the ones my mom used to make.
I know.
It was just funny because you were talking about, at a store we went today, there was someone who was advertising out loud homemade stuff and saying it's not as good as I guess she was trying to be honest, but generally homemade stuff is better than store-bought stuff.
Yeah, if you want, you can go support the, what was it called? Something House. Harbor House.
Harbor House, yeah.
By going to Shoppers Drug Mart on the north side of Lethbridge, because today they're doing a bake sale and all of the profits go to Harbor House for the bake sale. So that's nice of them.
Now Harbor House, we're figuring.
I tried to explain them. Well, I didn't tell them how little money we made, but I said, look, I only get the clearance stuff here. So I said if I had the extra money, I guess I could donate to them directly. And
well, that'd be one charity I'd be interested in. It's for women who are in trouble domestically, right? And Lord knows they need as much help and support as possible when you're dealing with a horrible husband, beater, or even
yeah, it's funny because we were just talking about that on the way there, which is strange. But that's how our lives work. So
it was good today. We were talking to someone, and a guy said something. I was thinking about saying the same thing, but you anticipated it. I can't remember what it was. It was very nice. You came up with the joke even before I did. Working on the same wavelength. Anyway, Harbor House, get out there and support it if you feel at all inclined.
But yeah, we were talking about. Well, James was talking about Russia. He was talking about the life expectancy for men in Russia. I don't know if this is now, though. This would have been when you
recently.
Into it. Really?
This book here was published in 2014.
Really low for
62 years for men, 76 for women.
And is that where you got that information from then? Okay.
Right there. That was published in 2014.
So where bears roam the streets. So James was, I guess that's why you were talking about it, because it's fresh in your mind. So he was talking about how...
show you the cover here.
It's good cover.
It's a...
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He looks like a wrestler. And that's funny because we just talked to a wrestler. So this is how our lives work.
A wrestling manager.
It's just, it's all connected somehow. I don't know how, but I asked for shrimp for James. I get shrimp for James. James talks about tea biscuits, butter, whatever, and somehow the biscuits arrive. And also we were given butter croissants, because I guess we weren't given butter. And somehow the angels, they get a little bit, they're like, ooh, I hear butter and I hear this, but they'll put the butter in something else, right? Or whatever.
Ordinarily we don't eat butter at all.
No.
So.
But we have these little packages left over from the Whoop Up days.
Whoop Up breakfast. So folks, that was over a month ago.
Yeah. And it tastes good still. I think it's good still. We'll find out.
It'll be awesome.
So anyway, James was talking about this book on the way to Shoppers Drug Mart, and it turns out that there's they polled Russian men, and I guess a lot of them.
48%. Hopefully it was, well, I'd like to think actually it was not scientifically conducted, because 48% had physically abused their wives.
Yeah, and that they said that they did, which is amazing. That people would say that they did, right? So this is just it makes it seem like, oh, this is commonplace if they did, because they're not
against the law.
Or whatever. And it's
not against the law in Russia. You call the police in. They'll go out and talk with the guy. Here's an example, and then you'll hear laughter. And that was a fellow policeman that they'd been called in to, but they were laughing with the guy.
So, I don't know. It's something to think about when you're, say when you're somebody in America who's, more immigration from elsewhere. Okay. What are their beliefs elsewhere? What do they do culturally? What do they believe in? And what are they bringing with them then?
What are their cultural beliefs and practices?
So you might really be down on, say, white men. Really hate them in America. Well, okay. What are the men that you're wanting to import from elsewhere? How do they feel about women's rights and whatever? Because honestly, you might think, well, things aren't good enough yet in this democratic place that I live in for women's rights, or for this or for that or whatever. Okay, but this wonderful place that we live in, gave women the vote and gave women rights so many years ago, and elsewhere they still don't have them, and you're wanting to bring people in from there, and then so really
women don't have a vote.
Even if there might be some sort of a backlash against the women's rights or something. Maybe say for example there's men that had more jobs, and then now they have more job insecurity because there's more people in the workplace, that they're having to compete with or whatever. And maybe that's causing some stress or whatever. Maybe that's okay. But then how long did it take for that backlash to occur? Whatever. And how long do you expect it'll take for people coming in for, this system is just new to them. All of a sudden women's rights, and it's like, and then, where's that backlash going to go? So all of the things that it's just going to take society back Anyway, go ahead and review your books. I'm hogging all the time. How are your tacos, by the way?
Oh, disappearing very quickly.
Making him answer with his mouth full. So, was it better with the monkey salsa, or you haven't had the soft ones yet?
I would say the soft ones to the end.
Okay.
Why? Because the crunchy ones are all over the place. It's better to eat them while you're talking.
Okay. So, anyway, if you're ready to talk, I'll let you talk. You're not. Okay.
I'm just going to finish up a little bit.
He's really enjoying the dinner. So, I guess I should give a warning about Ray Donovan. There's a lot of violence in there, like serious. There's a lot of people getting killed. And I don't know if this is really accurate about, I mean, I think it's the left wing in general, but maybe everybody in democratic society has seemed to be down on Irish people for a long time. And I don't know how Irish people feel about stuff like this. When they watch this and they're like, come on, you know, not all Irish people are terrorists or mafia types or whatever, right? I don't know. How do you think they feel about it? Do you think they're upset about it, or?
You mean Irish people?
Yeah.
I can't be thrilled. Now understand, there's a lot of support for terrorists, and most of the terrorism, although the left wing has been very, very vocal about Protestant terrorism and stuff like that. The terrorism is primarily coming from the Roman Catholic side of things. What can I say? Unfortunately, a lot of it was tied up with politics during the Cold War. The commies were trying to rip the United Kingdom apart, so Northern Ireland's part, I think, still of the United Kingdom. And of course that involves supporting terrorism, in this case Roman Catholic terrorism in Northern Ireland. So
it's funny that well, I guess if your main goal is just to rip them apart, then, but it's funny that they want to support Roman Catholic terrorism because they're not.
Politics makes for strange allies.
I guess that's right, isn't it?
You know, the Americans had weird allies too. You know, like there was one person that you know and that I know was talking in a particular store that I used to go to a lot. He was saying, "Man, the Americans are awful. Think of all the allies they've had." And of course, he hangs way out in the left wing. He said, "Yeah, isn't it awful? Like during World War II, Russia, the communist Russia, during the latter part of the Cold War, communist China, that shut him up." So he would have been thinking about the Sandinista, not the Sandinistas, the supporters of Somoza, whatever they're, Contras, I think they're called, and South Africa, the Afrikaners, and stuff like that. None of those folks were, or the Shah in Iran, none of those folks were terribly nice. But actually their opponents were worse. And yeah, Nelson Mandela was worse than the Afrikaners. Sorry, he was a Nazi commie. He didn't get to institute what he would have been doing if the commies had been around to enable his scumminess. He and his ANC flunkies. Some of them were much more outwardly Marxist. So pretty well any one of his the white people in the ANC were, and this I don't get this out of what his opponent, Mandela's opponents would be saying. This is in his own autobiography. He'll say, here's this one white guy, I think he's a Marxist. This other guy, he's a Trotskyite. I think the official term is Trotskyist. I remember asking the guy who taught me history of the Soviet Union. I said, here's something. What do you call someone who follows the beliefs of Trotsky? Is it Trotskyite, Trotskyist, or terrorist? Got a big chuckle. He said, well, technically it's Trotskyist in the Russian. Yeah, I worked in threes. He appreciated that. Anyway, yeah, he had a big chuckle.
Did you see it?
Yeah. Well, the other one's looking pretty good too. She's looking at what are those called? Cheyenne or what are those tomatoes?
Cherokee.
Cherokee
purple.
They're awesome.
I just took this off of the Pete Bell row.
There's another one there. It's almost
it's almost as big.
And almost that red, but or purple. There's some people describe it as purple or something like that.
That's what they're called.
Yeah. So how much time? 5?
A
couple of minutes. Anyway, so I finished reading this actually this morning, early in the morning. Bears Roam the Streets, written by Jeff Parker. I think he's taught creative writing at the University of Toronto, stuff like that. There's a picture of him, and flying for whatever. What is history? E.H. Carr. No, I finished reading this maybe a day back. I finished it quite a while back. 14th of September. But so a week and a half ago, I've actually started rereading it. So it turns out history is what we make it. And dictionary word roots and combining forms. This is the one I think I finished a day or so ago. Yeah, 25th of September. I think it's the 26th today. So, Dictionary of Word Roots and Combining Forms. Awesome book. It's highly recommended. I'll talk about it more. And then, more in the future, Norman Mailer, translated into German. Die Nackten und die Toten. The Naked and the Dead is the original title. And it's 700 pages of gore, basically. Plus 700 pages, and it's not big print by any means. And you're encouraged to pick up other languages, so I've gone through this in not the original German, but translated German. So Carr, according to him, Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon is not history until historians say it's history. William the Conqueror winning the Battle of Hastings in 1066 AD. That's not history until historians say it's history. D-Day, I guess for him, wouldn't be history without historians calling it history. What do you think, Pauline? Do you think D-Day is history? It's history. I don't care if this chimp says it's not history. Historians don't make up history, or they shouldn't. Now, this guy's a commie, okay? What I can tell. So, of course, there's a book I've got, picture book, The Commissar Disappears. It's pictures with people with Stalin, where it'll show these pictures at various times, and various figures have been liquidated by Stalin, and they get liquidated in the pictures. That's the kind of history this chimp is talking about, where people make up history. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking more about that, about this guy.